Hey YouTubers, how are you? X Factor here with some Railroad Endgame Conquest. And off the breakout, I've been doing this rapid response thing with the derp bikes. And you have to be very careful. My first tip is look up and pay attention. If you start to see something in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, no, it's a javelin. Get your sexy ass off your bike because it's about to blow up. And I'm using the A-91 foregrip laser sight, not the optimal kit for this map. Why? Because it's wide open spaces and big distances in between flags, but you can make it work. See a bad guy? Deke him out with the bike. I'm going to do this several times in this footage. So let's think of how a shooter approaches the situation. They see the bike, they lock onto it, you jump off, they're still on the bike. That gives you a quick advantage, unless they're a crackpot. And word of advice, when approaching these flags, start on the outside. Get off the bike a little bit early. Don't go rolling the bike right in the middle of the point, because remember, they spawn on the outside. And do some fact finding. Take your time and kind of seek out where the other players are. Not sure of where a bad guy's at? Well, I can hear the sniper cracking at me. Show a shoulder. Try to turn a corner, but be ready to throw yourself back and expose people on the mini-map when they start to fire, because not many people use suppressors on this map. And I stopped shooting there. I'm used to more accurate weapons at that range, and that's my mistake. But here's a positive that comes from that. Sniper shows his face. What do people do? They usually go prone, they back up a little bit. So adjust your RPG and get a nice little splash shot. If you don't want that to happen to you personally, don't be predictable. Run down around the corner where you're safe from at least that shot. And it's always smart, when you see a flag flashing, spawn on it. I can't speak highly enough about this, and this guy tries to deke me out. Don't ever commit too hard to the bikes yourself. Don't waste ammo, because what happens is a lot of people start shooting at the bike, they're missing horribly, guy gets off, you're stuck in a reload, you're dead. And this is me feeling it out. I'm not exactly sure where he's at, but I already heard the shots, I hear him again, kind of see on the minimap, and we're equal on the burn. So do I run straight over there? No, I kind of try to position myself to the spot where I think he's at based on minimap location and the shots that are being fired. If you don't have good situational sound, it's a little bit harder. But if you're on the PC side and you have phenomenal situational sound, it's pretty easy to eliminate pretty much 300 degrees of the angle where it's not coming from. So you get this nice little wedge of where it's at, and dancing all day trying to get this guy to show on the mini-map. And I want to be real careful here. I'm down to 57% health, and this is not the best weapon for this range, as you can see right there. Burst fire is your friend. Doesn't mean you're going to hit much at those ranges, but you have to use burst fire, tap fire at these various ranges. That is the sole weakness of this kit. But if you're bombing out a flag and there's 3 or 4 or 5 targets within 30 meters, you're going to have a field day. Not to mention, this is a hip fire beast. It will destroy somebody's world because of the high rate of fire, and you don't even have to burst fire it. Just drop the hammer if they're within 15 or 20 meters. Don't burst. Just hold the trigger. I shit you not. And right there, I kind of lagged behind my target. That's just kind of shoddying there because I've been playing a little chivalry and did a little tanking the round before this. So defended F successfully, and taking a look around and make sure nothing else is showing up in the mini-map, because the last thing you could do is leave a flag, then all of a sudden it flashes instantly. And approaching C much the same way. Patience. Watching my angles right now, because there probably are other people around here, and there they are on the mini-map. On this map, you have to be really careful about beacon placements. If they have beacons down, they can keep rolling people in. So it's worth chasing people around if there are beacons. Why these guys get capped out? Because we had a really good chopper pilot and we responded to things quicker than they did. And that starts the domino effect as we chase people in these hills, talking about eliminating squads, so you don't have to worry about getting back capped as soon as you leave. So how can you help your team not get capped out? See a flag flashing, get to it. One of my all-time pet peeves I see all the time is when people are 15 feet from a flag and don't step onto the burn radius, or they just burned it, they left it, now it's challenged again. And as you can see, I am matched on this flag. And I'm going to be careful here. I'm going to look at these angles in the warehouse. I'm going to go fishing. I'm literally have a play in my head to get back under cover no matter which way I peek, because I don't know where they're at. Most of you guys by now are familiar with the burn areas for various flags, and I see a map back there. Guess what? There's scope glint in the background, and I am not really going to hit this guy. That is the weakness of this kit. ACWR, M4, A1, AK, any of that stuff would easily chew that guy up at that radius or that range with burst firing, but not this kit. But again, I believe you can take almost any kit combination in-game and dominate with it, or do very well as long as you keep within its strengths. Even the dreaded FAMAS, believe it or not. Just better be close range stuff. The reload still sucks, but better be close range stuff. So I'm kind of hunting and fishing and trying to search around to make sure this is elimination, because again, put the fire out while it's small. If you don't, it's going to spread all over the place and just absolutely destroy your backfield. That's the key to any map, believe it or not. And most of you guys are pretty aware of it. And I see it flashing. That's more of a feeler shot. Could he be in the warehouse? Oh, I see him on the mini-map now. Plus, I've got a dead teammate over there. Little Bird's going to help us out. I'm zooming back in the mini-map so I can kind of see. And there we go. A couple guys probably recon beaconed in. We probably didn't eliminate it because we had the dropship, and they had to be sneaky. So one last stab at taking a flag here, challenging a flag as rapid response. And again, these bikes are great. Just get off them early. I can't stress that enough. And I'm literally just going to sit here on the outskirts because we've got 3 or 4 guys here, and I'm going to try to shoot this guy through the fence, and that's a lead shot. If you think a guy's running, just lead him. But he's kind of smart. He sat still because if he would have kept running at the same pace, I would have killed him through the 10, right? Sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't. So one last jab. They took a flag, and we're going to work this thing. That hip fire. I bursted it maybe once. Didn't really have to. And that's another example of getting off the bike early and letting them be deked out. Sometimes the sound of the bike scares them. They don't even see you, but then they look at where that bike's at, and there we go, off early. Now this flag's got a couple bad guys at it, and I got to be really careful. I'm going to position off my teammates. I didn't shoot at that guy. Why? Because he's leaving the radius. That's one less guy to fight against to get this burn back, and more importantly, it's going to give me away. I might just completely miss him, but if I do shoot, I'm definitely on the mini-map. And as you can see, I'm trying to fight my way back onto the burn radius because that's what it's about. Outside the burn, I'm killing people, but they can still spawn in. I'm not helping the situation. At the end of the day, it's about getting on the burn and contesting it. Even if I die, I've got teammates here. If I kill 1 or 2 guys or take them with me, we've got a good shot of turning this over. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this round with the A-91. If you did, don't forget about the old thumbs up.